Hi, so I just got my first ever sub 15 in MCSR ranked. I've put over 50 hours of playtime, over 100 matches played in ranked across this year and late last year when I started playing. And just last night on September 20th, actually, this might have been past midnight, so maybe today, September 21st at like 1 in the morning or something like that, I got my first ever sub 15. And as you'll see by assumingly the thumbnail of this video, not only was this run a sub 15, but it was also a sub 14 run with a time of 13:52. And so I'm just completely skipping the sub 15 barrier, going straight for the sub 14 barrier, which is pretty sick. So just to talk about the run real quick, as you'll see, this is a rune portal seed. I get a golden axe out of the spawn. There's some cows nearby. I am gonna mess up getting food on these last two cows, so I'm only gonna be entering with not as much steak as I would have hoped for. As you can see, I didn't get the cooked steak on those last two, but yeah, I'm entering with no tools, literally just some wood and gold axes, and I'm going to spawn immediately on the bastion right here. I'm gonna gather some wood as well, just to have some blocks. And my main objective here is I'm not entering with an iron pickaxe, so I'm gonna need to figure out where am I getting my iron pickaxe, and I'm gonna have to go loot one of the chests from this treasure bastion. And I don't play this terrain the best, but I'm also playing it fairly safe because I know this is a very fast seed already, so I don't want to if I can play a little bit safer and not risk too much, then I'm going to do that. I get the iron nuggets I need, and I throw away one of my 3 gold axes to distract the pigs there, and I'm just going to retreat and craft my iron pickaxe in safety because I don't want to have to deal with the piglins being stupid and annoying. But yeah, as I was kind of saying to start, not only is this sub 15, this is a sub 14. However, I have technically completed a seed faster than this. 4 months ago, I was in a run where I killed the dragon on what would have been a 13:38. However, that's an unfortunate fall. I forgot that happened. However, the 13:38 was the game that I lost because my opponent beat the game 7 seconds faster than me. So I killed the dragon. I was waiting for it to die. My opponent got a 13:31. My time would have been a 13:38. So with this being my first sub 15 and technically a PB, I have been on faster pace before. So I'm still going to keep playing. I know that if I've done a 13:38 before, I can do a 13:38 again. So that's going to be my next goal, is going for a sub 13:38 to know that I have a completion faster than the unofficial PB that I have. But I also have some motivation to keep playing because I have still yet to hit a 0 cycle in ranked. That is something that I want to do. I've learned a couple of 0 cycle setups. I haven't learned all of them, but I've learned enough of them to where I hope that I can eventually hit a 0 cycle in ranked. I have gone for a 0 cycle once so far, and I fell and died to my death, which was unfortunate. But yeah, so I've got some goals to go for. Back to the speed run. I'm just doing my treasure bastion route here. It's not the cleanest treasure bastion route, but I think I played it okay. The gold blocks, I'm kind of getting scammed right here with only a couple of gold blocks. I got rolled on the RNG chances of there being all the gold blocks I needed, but ultimately I am still able to get enough trades for what I need. And something that I haven't glossed over that you might have caught, something that I noticed by this point in the run, is that I can see the fortress from the treasure bastion here. And when I'm done my trades, you'll see in a bit that I do actually kind of lose my way on where the fortress is. So I do lose a little bit of time. But it is not going to be my only time loss in this run. For this being my PB, I definitely didn't play it perfectly. I think it is also worth noting that at this point, I am high gold 3 on borderline to emerald. I believe a couple games after this, I did end up winning a game that put me in emerald rank. So I'm officially back in emerald rank for season 9, which is pretty sick. I'm like 1208, I believe. So yeah, as you can see, I see the fortress here. I'm going to throw a pearl hang to the fortress, and you will see that something very interesting happens with that pearl hang later. Take your guess at what might happen. I think I do a pretty decent job at managing that piglin to make sure he doesn't come to get me. I have no gold in my inventory, so I kind of need to block him. In an ideal world, he would have just already been in the piglin trading hole, but he wasn't. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, at this point, we are about 4.5 minutes into the run, and I'm going to check for my trades, and I'm going to start getting ready to head to the fortress and start the fortress split. At this point, this is one of my fastest paces that I've ever been on, so I know that this is PB potential. and I really need to kind of lock in. And something that I have struggled with in ranked is that my Ninja Brain bot eye measurements are not the cleanest. During the stream that I did this run on, my first 3 games of the night, I lost all 3 of them because I missed my eye. And you will see now that my Pearl Hang happens to land directly on top of some zombie piglin and aggroing them, forcing me to not only throw some extra pearls, but take a lot of damage and go through some of my food. Admittedly, I do have a lot of golden carrots, so it's not the end of the world, but that is damage and that is time loss, and also rather unfortunate and a little funny to have happened on a PB paced run. Here I'm going to throw a pearl to the blaze spawner and again take a lot of damage that is probably unnecessary. And I get a 3 spawn to start off with, which is really nice, actually. This blaze kind of trolls and he goes way out there. And I'm going to build a bridge to punch him back. I'm pretty happy with how I played that, just double punching him back to land. I actually can't tell if he dropped a rod there or not. But here my axe is going to break, and I am going to pearl to the other spawner, nearly pearl on the wither skeleton, and do another funny thing. I get hit by a blaze twice, so like my damage management is not great on this run, unfortunately. But again, I am not getting like super hard punished for it because I do have golden carrots. Right here, I am trying to set down my crafting table to craft some respawn anchors and beds to do a blaze bed. And again, it's not the cleanest crafting that you've ever seen. But it's fine, I guess. As I said, this is my PB, so the interesting thing about reviewing a run like this is that I do have room to grow, and like watching this back, I can see that like this is my PB, but it is by no means like an untouchable PB. Obviously, there's like hundreds of people that are faster than me and have set faster times and whatnot. I believe also that I'm not going for a blaze bed here because I don't feel that confident in how many explosives I have going into an end game. I would say that I feel confident with 8, and I feel like I feel like confident for certain when I have 8 explosives, and like very confident, but like I might mess it up if I have 7. And then if I only have 6, or like if I have 5 explosives, I'm going to the Stronghold library and getting some wool, and I would rather just take that time loss because I'm not that confident in my 1 cycles, or especially 0 cycles, to only do it with 5 or 6 beds. Like I have done 5 beds and 6 bed 1 cycles before, and I have even done a 5 bed 0 cycle once. But I generally like to have at least 7 explosives going into the end game, and I believe that's about exactly how many explosives I had here. So here we are, blinding at just about the 8-minute mark. And I'm a little hesitant for where this eye is going to go. You're also going to see that my zoom macro for measuring the eyes just doesn't really show up properly on stream. So, you know, it's kind of hard to tell. And you'll also see that my eye measurement is just kind of scuffed here with it going in the jungle tree like that. It's just weird. I need to look into how to get more accurate readings, or how to make the visual on my stream more better, but I have not done that yet. But yeah, I'm going to grab some wood here to make my last couple of beds that I need. Probably a little bit more wood than I actually need, and I'm also going to go fetch my eyes from up here. And I go for a boat clutch, and I don't hit it because I've only ever hit like 1 or 2 boat clutches ever. But yeah, now we are going to be working on heading towards the Stronghold, and I do only have 12 Eyes of Ender here, if I'm reading my screen correctly right now. I'm watching this in a very small preview window while I record this, so I believe I only have 12 Eyes of Ender. I usually go for 7 just because I know that my eye readings are not super accurate. You'll also see that I start heading in the wrong direction as well to start. But I'm going to throw some pearls. Terrain is fairly open to get to where I need to go. I probably could have thrown a pearl down and gotten to my blind coordinates sooner. I hesitate a little bit here on where I want to throw the pearl. Again, this could have been faster. And then probably one of the bigger time losses is that I'm going to get walled by terrain, and I still have probably, I think, about like 30 blocks to go. And instead of doing a ender pearl or boat crawl, I am just going to 2x1 most of the way to this portal. And what's going to end up happening, as you'll see, I'll go for the thing there, but it's really not saving me that much time. And my opponent has hit the I Spy here. So at this point, I'm realizing that, oh shit, this is PB pace for me, and I might get cooked once again by my opponent being faster than me on a potential PB seed. And eventually I see here the warped Nylium, and I'm like, damn, there was significantly better terrain to these coordinates, and I'm maybe going to lose the game off of this. But we are blinding at sub 1030, which is, I believe, my fastest blind ever. I could be wrong about that. I don't know for sure, but we are heading into the Stronghold here. And another thing I need to learn is I know how to do preemptive, but I'm not very confident in my preemptive readings. So when I'm on a pace like this, or not even in general, like unless I know I'm significantly far ahead, I kind of just send the Stronghold without even doing preemptive, which for someone that is in Emerald rank is kind of crazy. I feel like this is definitely a skill that I should learn by now. You'll also notice there, I noticed that it is ocean exposed. So the next time that I see an opening, I believe I'm going to check to see if the portal room is ocean exposed. Do I check? Yeah, I believe I check right here, and I don't believe I see it. I don't see any great light openings, so I'm just going to head down this way, check out this side of the Stronghold. Again, if I just went for a preemptive, then I could have definitely saved myself some time. But alas, I do waste quite a bit of time on the Stronghold now for just not knowing preemptive, or not feeling confident enough in my understanding of preemptive for it to actually help me in this situation. So yeah, I'm just very lost in the sauce at this point. Take a fall right there. I believe I'm going to find the Stronghold fairly soon. Or not the Stronghold. I'm going to find the end portal fairly soon. Yep, there it is. And I have already done all my crafts, so I can just enter. I don't feel confident enough in my 0 cycle with the amount of explosives that I have, so I'm going to just go for a 1 cycle here and do some half bow, just double checking I have all my crafts, slowly filling the end portal, and we are in the end. And I'm caged anyway, so I don't know how to do any of the caged 0 cycles at this point. So at this point, I definitively know that I am not going for it. Going for the 0 cycle, but I do know that I still have potential to get the PB just on the dragon 1 cycling here. So I'm going to set up my 1 cycle setup and then shoot down some of the crystals and get my hotbar ready for the dragon to perch. And the dragon is going to take a little bit to perch here, not forever. I've definitely had some longer perches in ranked before. But yeah, gonna get the setup ready. I thought it maybe was going here, but then it ends up flying towards me. So I'm gonna start to shoot down the crystals. And at this point, yeah, the game's basically over. I just need to hit the 1 cycle, and I've got myself a PB. At this point, I still don't know like if this is going to be like how fast of a time this is actually going to be. But I'm fairly confident that this is very likely PB at this point, and I just need to hit the 1 cycle. But again, as I mentioned, I'm not super confident on super low explosives. So you will see right here as the dragon flips, I believe. Nope, I got baited. And there it is. And I've got some respawn anchors, and I only have 3 beds, but my damage here is not great. So as you're going to see, I get the dragon low enough to kill it with an axe, but I actually don't kill it with the bed on the 1 cycle. So I have to wait a couple extra seconds to hit it with the axe a few times. And with that right there, that is dragon dead. That is PB. I know I've won the seed at this point. So that's a sub 14. That's not more than a sub 15. Let's fucking go. Bang! I hope you enjoyed this commentary. If you want to see the unedited version of this run, in the description, I'll link an unlisted video of this run so you can hear my live commentary and all that. Stay tuned, subscribe for more. I'm working on Minecraft speedrunning clips to Facepalm 2 number 3 from featuring some clips from this stream and another stream and some other speedrunning streams that I've done lately. Twitch.tv/Jakekub if you want to hang out and all that. And yeah, if you want to see more of me, go subscribe to Curryway because I'll be editing some videos for him and probably not this channel very much. So yeah, thanks for watching.